What's up, YouTube? It's the Wolfman again. It's currently after midnight, probably closer to 1 in the morning, to be honest. I'm just hanging out on my front porch, enjoying the evening. Watched some skunks fight a minute ago. I didn't know there were skunks. I've never honestly heard the noise a skunk makes when it's pissed off, but sounded like a couple of squirrels, or like I had thought like a rat had been caught by an owl or something. There's a couple skunks fighting, and the only reason I know this is because they sprayed. Luckily for me, it was away from my house, but I still smelled it, and it was pretty nasty. But yeah, so that happened. Anyway, the reason I'm making this video is actually no more serious subject matter than the normal, just aimless rambling that I tend to do sometimes. For those of you who know me, I've been out of the Army now for about 3 weeks, and y'all, like I said, for those who know, y'all know that now. But if you ever hear anybody that had got out at one point and they say they absolutely are enjoying their life and loving it, well, they may not be lying, but then again, take a look at how long they were in. If you were in for like 6 years or something for an initial contract period, it may not have had as big of an effect on your life. In my case, the Army was my life for a long time, and whether or not I like to admit it, I got pretty indoctrinated into the life. Everything that I dealt with on a normal daily basis was just the way it was. And now hitting this around the 3 week marker, I don't know, I've kind of lost track of time, to be honest. It's more obvious that I am indoctrinated in the military life, and I don't know really what to do with myself. It's a very weird kind of existential crisis that you deal with. But I think I hear them damn skunks fighting again. They're closer this time. I don't like that. Anyways, it's kind of a weird existential crisis because you don't. It seems like everything culminates into a kind of just a mind-numbing problem, and you don't know where to go, what direction to go, who to talk to, what to do day by day. All you can do is get a job and work, and hopefully that can take your mind off of it for long enough for you to be able to get by. And in my case, it's no secret I don't have a job yet, and some of that, it's not that I haven't tried at this point. It's just a couple of places I've tried to get a job at, it's waiting on results back from a drug test or a background check or something, and waiting on them to call me back. And in the meantime, I'm applying for other jobs, and I still have money. I'm still surviving, so I'm not really overly concerned. But all the same, the life outside of the Army, when they tell you the grass isn't greener, guys, and this is a message, if you hadn't figured it out yet, more to my to any of my subscribers who are currently serving. Life on the outside, when you hear them say it isn't always greener on the other side, they're not lying, they're not kidding. When you look at on the other side of the fence and the grass seems all green and lush, you get it. Just wait till you get over there, and then you figure out that it's spray painted. It's just green spray paint, and it's killing the grass, to be honest. That's how it is. There is no safety nets. Structure is more or less non-existent unless you put it into place, which, like it or not, you didn't put the structure that you had in the military, you didn't put that structure into place. It was put there by someone else. So you don't have it anymore. So I guess really what I really want to say is that don't take what you have there for granted. And then when you do get out, be ready. It's going to hit you. And it's going to hit you like a ton of bricks. For me, I was okay. I was doing fine. And then over the course of like 2-3 days, it started like slowly, slowly, 2-3 days, it's a quick decline. It all of a sudden just starts coming to a head. And then like today, it honestly hit me like a ton of bricks. A massive realization that I'm not living the same life I was, and things aren't the same as they were. And it's, people say that, change isn't necessarily a bad thing, and it's not. But that's such a drastic change in life that it's hard to prepare for. I'm not saying it's impossible. It absolutely is possible to prepare for. But when it comes down to it, it's important not to lose your head. And remember that you still have the ability to go to school on the Army's dime, on the military's dime. It's going to pay for you to go to school. And that's not a bad deal. And I think that's a big thing, is how to make money anywhere and have the lifestyle anywhere close to what you had while you were in the Army. That's a hard thing to try to figure out. But it's not unattainable. It's absolutely within the realm of possibility to be able to do it. It's just getting out there and doing it. Now, I haven't exactly myself jumped into that yet. I'm working my way towards it. And I've applied for some pretty good jobs that are going to pay me well. Even just doing part-time, they're going to pay me well. And that's while I'm going to be trying to go to school as soon as the next semester, for the next semester, the spring semester. But anyway, keep in mind that you still do have people out there you can talk to. Whether it's Army Community Services, for those of you who are in the Army, the ACS. I don't know what the other branches, versions of those of ACS is, but I'm sure they have the same systems in place. But there's somebody always to talk to, whether it's them. I know family doesn't always understand, especially in my case. Most of my family do not understand. My brother does, but I'm lucky to have him there, but he's kind of a rare exception. Most family, unless you've just had a family that's been, riddled with military service, you're not going to have this. But you do still have people out there. Me, I'm not much one for talking to therapists or anything like that, but it's helpful to me to vent out my frustrations and my concerns with people who deal with it, have dealt with it as well, and to just see what they do and see, sometimes, and I hate to say this, it sounds horrible, but sometimes it seems like, when they're having a bad point in life and you think to yourself, man, I'm glad that's not me. And I'm not to say that you should revel in someone else's displeasure or discomfort or something of that nature, but I think it's actually a good reality check that, hey, it could go bad. Get your shit together before it gets that bad. Keep in mind it's not, especially for a lot of us, when we get out, we're married. Not all of us are single. But it can still, even if you're not married, it can still affect the others around you. Don't let that happen. So this is kind of a PSA, I guess you could say, to anybody out there currently serving in the military or have formerly served and are dealing with these kind of crises. Remember, you do still have buddies. You do still have people to talk to. And if you don't have anybody to talk to, you can contact me. Just shoot me a message in the comments here, or you can find me on Twitter. I have a Twitter account that I very rarely use, but I'll get notifications if somebody tweets at me. or my Facebook. You can find me on there. But you have people to talk to. And like I said, if there's nobody else, you can talk to me. And, I may not have all the answers. In fact, to be honest with you, I might not have any answers. But at least you know you're not alone. And I'll tell all you guys the same thing that I've told my soldiers in the past when I was still in the Army. If I don't know the answer, well, then I will work with you and we'll find out the answer together. Just remember that, guys. You're never alone. And to my buddies out there that I have been able to talk to and vent to, because you truly understand the position I'm in, because you have been there yourself, or at least you understand it just because you live the life too. I really truly thank you guys for being there and having an open ear and listening to me. It really helps. But like I said, don't ever think that you're alone. You're certainly not. We hear so much about veteran suicide, and a lot of that is coming from guys that are getting out and they don't know what to do with their life anymore. They don't know what to do anymore. They've lost complete control. They have no control over their world. That's never the answer. And though it may end all your problems, it's ended your life. And there's nothing, nobody knows for positive what kind of afterlife, or if there is an afterlife or anything like that. I have my beliefs and other people have their beliefs, but nobody can say with any scientific and absolute certainty what's out there. So, I mean, you're ending your troubles and your strife here to face basically utter uncertainty, which is really what you were trying to get away from anyway. So how does that help? Plus, you're leaving behind a lot of detriment to family and friends, people who care about you, people who love you. And that goes back to, you have people to talk to. You're never alone. And like I said, if you have nobody else, contact me somehow. And I'm absolutely, 100% no fooling, 100% absolutely. I'm looking for a word here. If you couldn't tell, I can't seem to grasp it. Sincere. That's what I meant. I'm 100% sincere. With absolute certainty, 100% sincere. I will certainly do my best to talk through issues with anybody who comes to me with an issue, because I'm there. I understand. I'm living it right now, and it's hard. But we're all strong. We were strong enough to raise our right hand and enlist and take that oath and do the things that we did. And we did it willingly and knowingly, of the things that the fact that it could cost us our lives. We knew that. But we did it anyway. So you can certainly, if you can face death, if you can look death in the face, you can look life in the face too. You can keep surviving. If there's one thing that the Army taught us how to do, is how to survive. Whether it be by the actual survival manual, or just in life in general, by giving us a different way to look at things, and the ability to, when we meet a problem, when we confront an issue, to be able to adjust fire, change direction, and move out. They taught us this. They gave us more than just technical skills or combat knowledge. They gave us a lot of insights. You could call them philosophical, whatever you want to say, but a lot of insights to life. A lot of those lessons that we learned that were geared towards tactical proficiency, or whatever, you can actually attribute them to your daily life. You just gotta look at it. You just gotta think about it. So again, because this has been going on near 15 minutes now, that I've been talking, if if you find yourself in this dilemma, whether you're still serving or whether you're out, whatever the issue is, you're not alone. Find somebody to talk to. And if you have nobody to talk to, if you seriously believe you have nobody to talk to, well, I'm giving you another option. Me. Feel free to contact me, and I will be glad to talk to you. I'm not a licensed professional in any way, but at least you know you're not alone. So, anyway, like I said, that was just a message that was really weighing heavy on me. It's been something that's been on my mind pretty heavily all day, and it's been kind of had me bogged down for a lot of the day. But actually, I talked to my brother and a friend of mine who I had served with in Iraq and Afghanistan, and he's been out for about 3 years, and he's dealt with that kind of stuff too. So I was able to talk to somebody, and it's actually made me feel better. It's actually perked me up a little bit. So again, find somebody to talk to, get some help. You're not alone. Anyway, that's all I have to say. This video is probably one of the longest I've put out in a long time. So you guys, as always, take it easy, and we'll see you in the next video. Later.